Okay.
3 minutes late.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we're here.
We're 3 minutes late. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Oh, grab your coffee.
Yes.
We got some more snow in southern Wisconsin.
Well, it's 36 here, so you can have snow. It's 36 down here.
Oh, you had some bad news in my car. It's leaking.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like I have an old 2005 Caddy that I got used a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The seals are busting out, so it's leaking oil and transmission oil.
Uh-oh.
Not terribly, but it looks like it's like $5,000 to fix.
Ugh.
Because you got to rip out the motor and take it all apart and replace the seals. It's a nice car, but it looks like I'm going to have a car payment again.
Uh-oh.
It's just not worth fixing at 2005 and that kind of cost.
No.
I'm sad.
That's why I drive without air conditioning in the summer.
Yeah, I keep this.
You just drive in the middle of the night. You know, the roads are less crowded.
Good point. There's a lot of people that go shopping for groceries in the middle of the night.
I don't. I send the little person that the store provides and Instacart sends with them to do that for me.
23 in Minnesota.
No, negative 23 in Finland. Y'all, what pikers we are. And Angela said it's supposed to get really cold next week. I saw her yesterday. I did Zoom with her yesterday.
Oh, chill. That's Fahrenheit in Finland?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We rarely see that anymore.
Well, Cold Toes was on the call too. She lives in Alaska. And she was saying, well, it got up to -8 today. Like,
wowzers.
In
94, I went to a Packer game at Christmas, and it was -23. That was horrible.
When I was in college, which my college coming home to the snow was 68, 69, 70, and 71. And it was below zero every single New Year's. And one of our cars actually froze to death out in the driveway. So
Liz is saying the State of Union is March 7th. Did you hear anything about that?
I have no idea.
That is like 2 months late. That's crazy.
Well, they don't want it till after the primaries.
What a bunch of morons.
Yeah, I mean,
God, he pisses me off. What was going? There was something. Oh yeah. Doing a quick banner. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions?
Will DeSantis be removed as governor? No.
Removed. All these things we hope for, but justice takes its turn, and look at Senator Menendez, two different indictments, and he's just, I'm not leaving.
He's not leaving, but they're not stalling his cases. When he got sued, when he got caught in this crap before, they let it sit and hide and stay out of the news, but
Okay, I'm starring. Did anyone see Elise Stefanik? Ugh. No, I don't watch that woman. She's horrible too. MAGA Mike has not written a 2023 budget. All they do is delay.
That's right.
Okay. Where should we start? Oh, I know. I might as well put that up quick. So that if anyone hasn't seen, there's a report New Year's Eve, whatever, there was supposedly a translucent 8 to 10 foot alien in Miami Mall. So there's a video out there. So can I do it?
The little highlighted circle has him in it.
Yeah, there's a highlighted circle. It's like an 8-minute, but there's like a translucent thing. It looks like 8 to 10 feet tall that walked in front of the building there. So everyone's talking about that. It's kind of interesting.
Of course, he'd show up in Florida. Who'd notice? And he won't come to Texas because apparently he's white. They wouldn't do anything to him anyway. Yeah, we had the mental midget and physical midget with all of his fans on the border talking about the Texas border problem, which they've had within their grasp to solve, or at least to start to help. And they all showed up and stood around with their little "I'm a congressman" jacket with a little patch on it, looking very official. And all I could think of was just go home and do your job. Just go home and do the job.
Liz Cheney, chair of DNC, or RNC. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's today? The 7th? Yeah, Tuesday they got the hearing
Mm-hmm.
for the immunity case.
And I think you meant circuit. There's way too many letters on there.
Oh yeah. Sorry, bad typing. Yeah,
I know. That's me.
We know it's nonsense, but let's see what the cards have to say about this hearing. Whether Trump is oh yeah, that's coming February 9th. There's plenty of time to read out of that.
Okay, so what do you want to do on the 9th? Will it work?
Yeah, just get the energy of the hearing and what the circuit court gonna feel on this.
Okay.
If there's any case at all, the presidents have immunity and being corrupt.
Forever.
Forever and ever. Amen. Oh no. Disaster. First one.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Go ahead. Mine starts out with Ace of Cups. The way things should be, I guess it feels like. And then I had the 10 of Swords and then the Wheel of Fortune. Disaster.
Oh.
They're not gonna. This is what's right. This is what's wrong. Wheel of Fortune. They're gonna overturn any kind of thing there.
Mm-hmm.
I have Democracy Holding, Knight of Cups, Chariot, and 10 of Cups.
Yep.
It's like this is not the way they're going to take charge and totally overturn it. My last cards are the Queen of Cups, which is my USA card. 5 of Coins, a complete loss, and what he's asking is illusions, delusions with a 7 of Cups.
Yeah, what I got is no way, Jose. They're not going to run across that bridge. What they want to go to is when things worked and we had things running responsibly. So they're not going to give him what he wants, and he's going to go away mad with his little devilish self. In my deck, the devil's called materialism because that's what really most devil stuff is about. And then it's going to go on to the next hearing that it has to go to, which is the Supremes.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, let's check that quick.
That it's going to go to.
Is it going to go to the Supremes? I mean, are they even going to take the case? They can either kick it back and say nope, we're not taking it. That stands, or they can take it. Immunity to the Supreme Court. I don't think they're even going to take it.
No.
That's what I sense.
Okay. Oh, I got a no.
My first card again. The 10 of swords. My first card again. And it's right oh my God. Right next to the Wheel of Fortune again.
It's going to be a bad day for Donnie.
Yeah, I don't even take it.
No, this is no because it's upside down. This is no because it's upside down. This is yes. They might hold on to it for a couple days to make it look good before they say no, and then they say no.
There are little odds that 2 out of the 3 cards drop in the same order again after replacing completely, right?
It's all the same thing. It's
Wheel
all
of Fortune, 10 of Swords. Here's an order saying no. SCOTUS does have a little bit of burdens here about the role in government. That's my last 3. So I got the Hierophant, Chariot, and 10 of Wands. So there are some concerns about how they want to rule on certain things. There's already worry. You know,
that's what the 7. That's what the 7 of Pentacles was in mine. They have to look like they gave it some kind of consideration instead of they all went in the bathroom and said no.
Yeah, I mean, there's many cases, you know, thanks to this clown. So they're burdened on how they're going to look as a organization. Kind of like the role. It feels like the role of the presidency.
Well, the thing is, if they give it to a president based on the fact they're president, then they're handing it to Biden right now. And I can guarantee you, Clarence Thomas does not want Joe Biden to have complete and unfettered rule.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, so you seen Alina Hava was out there saying that his 3 justices will rule in favor.
Yeah, he fought for Kavanaugh. Yeah, he didn't fight for Kavanaugh. He hid what Kavanaugh had done wrong. But
Carol's wondering about the feelings. What's the 3? Well, so you got the 3
Kavanaugh. You can do the others if you want.
I'm not going to look at all. Basically, so you got the sycophants of Thomas and Alito, and then the 3 he appointed. You can pretty much just say Alito and Thomas are in Trump camp.
Alito and Thomas, I think, must have been hit by the sensor, the thing they wave around and put holy water on you. I think they got too close and went wonk. It's caused permanent brain damage.
Oh, briefly, there is another report that just came out by Politico that the Koch network, the guy that died, 2018, he had a huge party or something going on in Miami Beach for the RNC or whatever. And they found that later that night at 6 o'clock, Clarence Thomas was flown in to join this party.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Another scam by Thomas, being flown around the country by billionaires. All right, back to this. What are Trump's 3? That's what I'm going to think. What did Trump's feeling about this?
They don't like it very much.
Stay online.
This shows the kind of hierarchy that they're supposed to be part of. And this shows them making a false partnership. And they don't want this spread all over the place like it hasn't been already. But how they're going to affect them in the future? They're going to avoid having to face that. And if they don't, they know they're going to bring their own house down. So I think those kind of veiled threats, they're aware of them, but they're not going to respond to it. I mean, why would they want to make him the dictator when that means that the first thing that happens after they get dictators is their Supreme Court goes? Why would they want to take away their unique set of powers? Right.
I get the sense of that. Thanks for for the position, but we ain't doing you any favors.
Mm-hmm.
Those three. That's what I sense here, because I got the prosperity is my first card, like the ace of coins. So they got the position. But then I had the 5 of coins next to that. It's kind of like their loss, or Trump's loss. You know, Knight of Cups is about doing the right thing. So they got the position with prosperity, doing the right thing, and Trump was going to lose, kind of feeling with the 5 of coins. Because the 5 of coins is loss and sadness and losing everything. And the Supreme Court, they're there. They're not going to lose anything unless they...
The person who's on the outside now is Trump.
Right.
He doesn't have anything to threaten them with.
So then I have a ruling, taking charge, and moving into calmer times with 6 of Swords. So the Queen of Coins feels like the ruling or the leader, you know, in there. Chariot taking charge of the situation, having success, and moving on from him. So I think they don't care, you know, in a sense, like we're not going to be...
Well, they don't view it as that. And, you know, of course, they all know how everybody's debts got paid off, so they could go sit on the court and all that crap. You know,
I see SCOTUS ruling against him. I have my magician here, the complete loss and failure, and a ruling Knight of Coins. They may take some time to rule, but the creator here in the situation could be Roberts, trying to keep his court the best way he can in the middle. But this is my complete failure and loss card. I got the 5 of coins and this card in my deck. The 45 is going to lose. They're not going to... I don't see them ruling for him in any of these cases.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to make him king. I just don't see it. And like with the Colorado thing, if they overturn that, you know, they can't really kick it back to the states, in my mind, you know, because, I mean, they did that for Roe. But if you kick it back to the states, there'll never be Republicans. States are going to take up the case.
Well, then it's going to be a mishmash of where everybody is. Because we're running out of time, guys. The biggest primary where the most votes are is March 5th.
Okay, we can look at that. So February 9th, I think they're having a hearing.
Yes.
I think that's when it is.
Yes, that's still time for them to get the ballots reprinted if they need to.
It like I said, it's nonsense because a lot semantics, wording, whatever. It's like some of these other states, like Minnesota or whatever. He can be on the primary, but we can revisit it for the general. It's kind of silly because if they feel he can't be on the ballot, what's the point of putting on the primary when you can kick him off for the general?
Well, the real problem to all of this was 3 years ago when they didn't march in and walk him out of the White House when they knew what he'd done. I mean, I realize they will say, we have to do laborious research and all this crap. No, they don't.
Yeah, I think, I don't remember if we read on it because it's been a long time ago, but I know I've read on it, but it felt like, and a lot of people have talked about it, but a lot of people felt there was a soft 25th Amendment after the riot. Basically, Pence was in charge until Biden took over the 20th.
Right.
21st. Because he was nowhere to be found after that riot.
They still could have marched him out then.
They should have.
And Mark Meadows, who had the security notebook, had it then. I mean, all the things they're going after them for now. And then they would have been out. But Jack Smith was tucked away in Europe at the time. So.
Okay. The energy of the Supreme Court February 9th, taking the hearing. What kind of ruling would they come up with? It's pretty much like with any case. They already have their mind made up. Knight of Wands. King of Wands.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Got a bit of a mixed bag. What'd you get?
Yeah, it's kind of mixed, but it's actually good.
I know. It's a yes, but it's
So
got
mine starts out,
things
my
around
first
the
card that dropped. Yeah. So let's just start out. My first sense here, I got the King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Six of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Start out. So we have leader and honor. Knight of Wands is taking that action, being inspired. Six of Cups, what they've done in the past. Oh, what they've done in the past is always rule against 45.
Right.
Okay, that's the first three. Okay, if you want to see it. King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Six of Cups. Then I have my 10 of coins, 6, 8 of coins, hard work, Knight of Cups. These, so far, they're pretty good cards coming up. So we have Knight of Coins. What does this mean? It's taking up the case, looking at it hard, but it's like doing the right thing. It's all balancing. But my six-sided coins always talks about two of like the votes, the people's votes of what they want as a country as whole. But doing the right thing. And, okay, in the end, my January 6th card, all the violence, truth and clarity, with the Ace of Swords, Queen of Coins, is a good card. It's like a good ruling. Putting him, I just don't see him ruling against him or for him on this being on the ballot. But there is that reference feeling of, what the people want. So it's kind of mixed, like you said. So it's like they'll rule against him, but spin something. It feels like, It almost feels like he's not on the ballot.
What
So I have nothing really here. Go ahead.
Okay, I say what I asked is, would he be thrown off the ballot? And this is a no, but this is a 5 of rods in a traditional deck. That's a little punk kids hitting each other. Well, it means there's setbacks, but they're not huge. And that's the setbacks weren't as big as they thought. Now, this is where it gets interesting. In order to go ahead and keep the happy family, right? They're going to give the hard issue against him because it's going to bring things down. It's a tower time, but it's not the complete tower. So they're going to gear however this ruling is, so it's totally about him. Because the other issue that's coming up is if Trump gets thrown off the ballot because of the insurrection, what about Ron Johnson? What about the guy in Pennsylvania that they have all of his? What about all these guys that they know and have suppositions to know were part of this? Do they all get tossed now too?
Yeah, there's got to be a ruling.
I
don't know. I always sensed like, they need to have an order to go back to Congress or something. It's like there's got to be a standard. It's not their place to create the standard. But it's like, it's almost like the feeling of the court says, yeah, he can be on the ballot, but he can't be president. That kind of feeling. With the primaries.
Right.
the people are allowed to vote for whoever they want.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an insurrectionist. He can't be president again. That kind of feeling.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as the
then
guidelines.
the Congress needs to create a law. How is it's executed?
Well, there was all that talk about we need to change the foreign born if you've been here and come up with new rules. Well, nobody's going to do that. I don't care how nice Arnold is or who's the woman that was from Michigan who was born in Canada that they'd like to bring in. But my gut feeling is it's still up in the air.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. I've seen that. The Missouri Secretary of State says, "Oh, I'm going to remove Biden now." It's not the way it works, buddy.
Yeah. And you can remove them all day long, and the Dems can still meet and put them on the ballot. So, I mean,
I just don't see SCOTUS going to bat for that guy.
No.
They've never, in the end, in every case with his taxes or anything, it just, God, it'd be so corrupt. And the whole world is watching this. What's going to happen to the United States? Will 9 people allow Trump to be on the ballot after what he did?
There's something like 65 national elections in the world this year in 2024.
Is it really?
And one's going down to the line right now in Bangladesh, and the party of weirdos has just decided they won't be on the ballot. They just won't participate. That's how they're going to deal with it.
In my mind, what I'm feeling is that the Constitution is the federal rule of law.
Mm-hmm.
States have their own rights. The election has nothing to do with the presidency. It's a federal issue.
Mm-hmm. Being able to serve as president, that's what it should say, not be able to run. But
I don't think that, 314 has nothing to do with states' rights.
No.
That's where some of them are getting right. And there's that clause in there. 2/3 of Congress can put them on the ballot. Overrule a 13 Article 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or, 314. They need to do the right thing. If Congress wants a 2/3 vote them back on the ballot, go right ahead. This is so ridiculous. Some of these right-wing lawyers are spinning it.
Well, it's just a way to distract from the fact we have the highest unemployment. The lowest unemployment we've had in 50 years, and the economy's back. And apparently people can now buy eggs at a price they like. So they're happy at the grocery store, and gas has come down. That's all it is.
Right, Colleen. It's the same thing with the border issue in Texas.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Abbott's trying to do all this crap, but the federal government has precedent over what he's trying to do.
Yeah, our beloved. Well, it's not just the border. It's not just federal government. A week ago, Abbott said that the Pope was wrong, that Christ was never refuge for people, and the good Christians never give anyone sanctuary, and that the Pope is wrong, and the Pope's wrong for apparently the Pope's just totally taken some bishops out in a couple places in Texas, and one just kept going on his anti-LGBT rant, and so the Pope took away his pension. So that's it. You're done. And our governor, who's Catholic, said, "No, you're wrong. That's not what the Bible. And that's the head of the church he supposedly belongs to." So we've all fallen through the looking glass. That's all I can tell you.
It came out this week. Roger Stone was recorded. Yeah, there's been a lot of secret recordings of Stone coming out.
Yeah, that was recorded by a Danish
trying to get a security detail to kidnap. Oh, good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just look at Roger Stone.
Oh, must we? All I see is that Nixon.
Yeah, Harry Dunn's running for Congress.
Yep.
Harry Dunn's running for Congress.
Yes, in Maryland.
Capitol Police. Yep, Maryland. Yeah. It might be easier.
What we got was, remember Janine Pearson? She's the press secretary for Trump that never held a press conference. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
She's moved to Texas, established residency, and she's running against a guy named Mark Vesey, Veassey, and he is in the 33rd congressional district in Texas, and she's running against him because she said he's fooled a lot of Republicans into thinking he's moderate. Well, Mark is a very balanced person, and I've met him. He's really a great congressman. He's not a flaming liberal by any means, but she's coming in because we need to get that seat because he fools people into thinking that he's moderate. No, you fool people into thinking you have brain. Please leave. We don't need any more MAGAs in Texas.
I'm getting here. Roger Stone's is either going to flip or has flipped on 45. Because I have the death of him in the Page of Wands, and on my 45 card came out with King of Coins. Page of Wands is talking, speaking.
He's not there yet. I got that he's in the middle of doing that.
Right. This is moving forward, like it's about to happen. He's worked against the government for a long time in the past. He helped it, like manipulate votes. It's like 45 in the past, it's like he colluded with, Russia or whatever to get 2016. Because I got victory here with the government and manipulating votes failing with 7, 8 of coins, whatever. This is the past position, so I think he helped 45 quite a bit with the whole Mueller thing.
I got that he's negotiating with them now, but the cards around it is he hasn't made his mind up yet. He hasn't figured out. Only if he can really get out of everything, and he can't. At the end of the day, he can't. So,
yeah, I think the goodness ends up, but he's going to be forced to flip and say everything because I feel like government's got plenty of goods on him. They're just buying time to probably the end of the summer or whatever. A huge bunch more indictments are coming down for everybody. Probably Alex Jones and Bannon and Stone and all those fools. They need to take care of 45 first.
You heard about Bannon did a whole show on how the Dems are going to try to assassinate Trump.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see that.
I don't see Bannon, but
right.
It's
amazing that guy's still walking around.
That's the problem. We need to take people that ought to be in jail and put them in jail. Then people will really understand that. And as far as I'm concerned, the lowest cell in Rikers is too nice for that guy.
What news that Lauren Boebert assaulted her ex-husband? Who cares about Boebert? She's gonna get her own.
Yeah, she's gonna try to go over. Have you seen the size of the congressional district that she's jumping to? Jesus,
dude.
It's the whole eastern half of Colorado.
It must be like the whole state of Montana and whatnot.
Well, we have congressional districts that are bigger than the land masses of states. And I've never understood this. I understand it's a Western culture thing, but how you can serve in a district where you don't live. We have a lot of them in West Texas that don't live there. I mean, there's a lot of West Texas where no one lives. You know,
A lot of farms, aren't there? A lot of huge farms and acreage.
well, there was a lot of cotton land and cattle land and stuff, but right now it's actually a big chunk of the cotton land got turned into vineyards, and all of a sudden the sale of wine and vineyards laws all changed to make them profitable.
Oh, good Lord. So on this question, I just thought of Ronna McDaniel first, and then I'll toss again on Liz Cheney's future. Rona's going to be going through some things.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to lose her seat.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to lose the GOP thingamadoo. I have the authorities coming for her. Knight of Swords, my heartbreak, complete loss card, and then the Five of Swords. I think that's it being involved in January 6th and whatever, outwards. This is complete.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be going through some dark times. My Hermit card, being indicted, going through some dark times with the Hermit. I have to think about everything, and this is transitioning, so going through some dark times. She's in big trouble. Heavy burdens with the Ten of Wands, the Moon, and Knight of Coins. It makes me feel like she may be worried about other things coming out in her future, and not feeling good right now.
It's state law that she broke.
She's going to go through some.
So she's not going to have as much of the federals that they can try to slow down. So she's sort of stuck.
Well, I think it's federal too. This is only what's came out.
Mm-hmm.
That Moon, there's more stuff that we don't even know about that she's done. It may have been illegal of the RNC to pay for Trump's lawyers. Who knows? There's something financial.
Yeah. Why hasn't anyone asked about the NRA? They've already conceded in court. The judge is at the same point he is with the others. How much of what you have left are we going to take?
Oh, that could be true, Carol. She probably misused funds. That's a very good one too.
Mm-hmm. We have a troll.
Hey, Gerald, how you doing? Carol Stash.
Someone says we have a troll.
Oh, I must have it blocked. I don't even see a troll.
I don't know. Somebody said,
Tarot Destroyer. Yeah, snuck back in. Oh, it's on your channel. I have it blocked on mine.
Oh, okay. Well, if anyone knows how that's on from my channel, it knows how to block them, please do it. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I never do things controversial enough. It's only when I come over and I play in Scott's garden.
Okay, let's look at. You're done with Rona?
Yeah, I was done with Rona before we started.
Oh, what the heck? Let's look at Liz Cheney's future.
Okay.
Everything she's talking about is just wanting to destroy 45 right now. LePierre resigned.
Yeah.
NRA's losing money.
Their headquarters is in Irving, Texas, which is just the weirdest name for a town. But I could walk to Irving, Texas from where I live. That's how close they are to me. Please take them back, New York, and lock them up.
Okay, Travel Tarot. We try to make it fascinating, don't we, Nancy Jean?
Oh, we work at it.
Try our
We
best.
get up at 5 a.m. and start culling through the questions.
Sure. Liz, what's up?
Oh, God. Liz has a great future, except she really does. She's going to be able to choose what she wants to do. And she's going to have the sky's the limit. She's got the 10 of Cups. Where does she want to go? This whole thing has taught her how to be a little more temperate, but she still has daddy's OCD problems about hanging on to things when she shouldn't. And what she's ultimately out for is the money and the power. But that, I asked what her future was. That's a brilliant future. She gets to pick what she wants to do. She gets to balance what she wants to do.
Yeah, she's got great energy in the past. I got very attached to Daddy in that energy. So the Queen of Cups, King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups in the past. It's like she's already past losing everything. Everything is about doing the right thing. She's got positive energy, even though her dad's the devil, but she's got great energy moving forward. In the current, it's all about getting rid of 45, speaking out, making sure justice happens for J6. Page of Wands is all about speaking, and then patience on the future. Yeah, the future's up to her.
Scott froze. Scott went away. Well, it's my channel now. You froze. You went away.
I see myself. Really?
Yeah, you got all the way to spinny dial.
I don't see anything.
Circle going around. And I don't know if they still saw me because I broadcast through you, but
Am I back?
Yeah, we're all back.
Oh, I never seen anything. In the end, she may be back in Congress or something of some sort.
She's going to be back in power.
Because they had this is my 3-4 wands is all about being in community service and some kind of governmental, maybe someday she'll run for Senate or something like that. Oh, Lois said I didn't freeze.
And people are saying the spinning dial means it was on my end. You were blocked on my end, but not.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else saw your smiling face.
Ah, cool. Yeah, Queen of Wands, a lot of wands, positive energy. Queen of Coins, having financial backing. So yeah, she's going to be in some governmental thing, some kind of community service in the future, public service. She'll continue that when the right opportunity arises. But it's not a president kind of thing. It's being in some kind of, like maybe being in the House again or running for Senate or something like that. She is part of a, community service yet.
Yeah.
But like she said, her focus is on removing these MAGA people that didn't take January 6th serious and all that.
She just wants to get rid of Republicans that aren't her kind of Republican.
Kimberly Guilfoyle is Trump's VP?
No.
Oh, good Lord. It doesn't matter because 45 won't be on the ballot.
Yeah, the whole thing about reading about anybody being his VP, that's really inviting in a kind of energy of him being in charge. So we should really let's wait until we see if there's anybody has a chance to make that kind of decision.
I wouldn't even worry about it because I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
And like you said, it's best to not even think about it. You were talking about this before.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
Do you want to talk about it? But
yeah,
you walk back.
Sometime right around New Year's, Jesse Waters had the brilliant idea of having a psychic on. And she looked like a perfectly charming lady. She needs to get a new person making her wigs, but other than that, she's fine. And I should talk right because I have purple hair that doesn't always match. But anyway, so she gets on and he says, "Oh, pull a card for Trump. Is that how you do this?" He's like, "I don't know anything about fortune telling." So she pulls the card for Trump, and I'm trying to find the card she pulled because that really helps us understand.
The 5 of Cups.
The 5 of Cups is what she pulled for him, and I can't find it.
Where is my 5 of Cups?
So then, and you could see the look on her face was, and you can go find this on YouTube. Go Jesse Waters Psychic. It's there. And I don't know if Jean Dorsey says I'm right that my hair looks wretched or that the woman looked wretched. But anyway, she pulled the 5 of cups and she kind of froze and looked at it and he goes, "Oh, look, he's got all that stuff. What does it mean? All that stuff that's there." It was this card, the 5 of cups, but it was the traditional one with the
That's
guy.
my 5 of cups.
Yeah.
My
And,
5 of cups is horrible.
and it's just terrible. I mean, it's you're sitting in there in regret and remorse. And then he said, well, he could kind of tell she was stumbling. So he said, well, pick a cup for Biden. And so she pulls out the 9 of Pentacles. And he says, well, what's all the coins around him? Is that all the money coming in from China to buy him off? And she says, well, it's money coming in from somewhere and a whole lot of recognition and adulation coming in from somewhere. And she realizes this is not being well received by the whole studio. So finally he says, well, what about America? No, we don't, those two guys. What about America? He pulls the 10 of cups for America. And she said, everything's going to be wonderful for America. So they were trying to turn it into, well, it's because Trump's going to win and America can come back from Biden being in the 9 of Pentacles. And it was like, it was such, okay, you want to learn about how to read cards better than this? Come take my tarot class. It starts on the 23rd of January. You go to my website. It's a 6-week course. And at the end of that 6 weeks, you'll be better than a woman they were touting as the best card reader in England. I felt so bad for the woman when I was watching it. It was, but it was classic. And you could tell. I don't know what assistant talked them into doing this, that this is like all the rage to look at politics now, but someone's out looking for a job.
Oh my God. Just what's crazy. So I peeled through my deck to look for my 5 of cups.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it's pretty bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says lazy, loss, reflect, grief, evaluate the situation, sadness, pain, and unloved.
Yeah.
So then as I set my deck down, I just happen to look over and it's the imprisonment card for him.
Mm-hmm.
8 of Swords.
Right.
And then after I picked that card up, it was the Tower. Hardship, failure, everything. Those are probably the 3 worst cards in the deck for 45.
Yeah, if you're depending on what you're doing, but yes.
Only thing missing is the 10 of Swords.
Somebody said for us to pull one card. This is the one I pulled for Trump, and it's fleeing from a difficult place, try and find a place that's easier. So
I'm gonna just. Ian said pull the 45th card. Let's see what happens.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh gosh, messed up. 1, 2, 3.
I'm doing it backwards. I'm going to
6.
subtract 45 from 78 and figure out what it is.
8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The 33rd card. Thirteen, 15, 16, 17,
10, 20, 30,
20, 21, 22, 23,
5.
25, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. This was mine.
Yeah. What was that?
8 of Swords.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't know. That didn't really work out for me. Out of a deck.
Guys, this is why we don't read decks that way.
Yeah. I got 2 of cards rather than two of cups. Rather than just pulling. It's better.
Well, I started from the bottom and counted out 33 because that gets you the 45th. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try something quick. Just a random split.
Okay.
See where it senses. That worked better. The devil.
Yes.
I just randomly stopped at a split of the deck, and it came out the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy and trouble, able to break the chains that are binding you or holding you back.
Mm-hmm.
But he is the devil, and we need to remove the devil. Okay. Devil, much better.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ian.
Oh, blessings, Ian. Based on your reading, Liz Cheney, I can see the GOP is in disarray come July. They made a turn to her. Yeah, my
No
four of
way.
wands community service could be, but my sense is like
No.
she might eventually run for Wyoming senator or something like that.
They're going to have to totally regroup, and y'all, it doesn't. Okay, you want to think you could turn a convention around like that? Just think of Chicago in '68 and what happened to the Democratic Party. It's not going to happen, especially because these people have the MAGAs, which are, I truly believe, from just by my infamous, I drive around Texas and look at bumper stickers, they're disappearing. The ones that used to have all the crap and the big Trump flags and all, they're disappearing. They're not as prevalent as they used to be. But the ones that are, really are. And it's really, really hard to see. It's still, the problem is that they have such a noise machine behind them that it's really hard to get people. And the people you want to get are the ones in the middle, not the ones that would drive around in a truck that looks like that.
Yeah, you can't stop them.
I had a therapist once who told me it didn't matter whether it was world peace or whatever. Any car that's covered with bumper stickers has a very insecure person inside. And this was before Trump. This was a long time ago.
Oh, you mean the ones that have stickers everywhere?
Yeah.
Or just a few?
No, a bunch that have like the whole back of the car, as you can
Right.
see their entire, thank you, Michelle.
Because I have a few sports stickers on the back of my car.
Well, that's not the same thing. I'm talking about, you'd have sports sticker and you'd have pray for world peace and you'd have,
Right.
all that crap on the back. And he said, really, he said, really, if I could go out, and I could spot which patient's car was which. By the stuff that they plaster all over themselves. I have my own thing about bumper stickers, but it's because the guy chased my husband and I off the road, and we managed to get away from him and call the cops. And when they caught him, they found out he had a gun under the front seat of his car, and he was the cousin of the guy who the bumper sticker we had in the back of our car was the opponent of his cousin. And he was dead drunk, and they said, you're lucky you got away from him. So he got tried for it. He got put in jail. I don't put bumper stickers on my car, needless to say.
Yeah, I mean, Debbie says, my tugboat friend is still stuck in the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't move some people. It's like, that's why we need to eventually get divorced sometimes, because you can't change people and it ain't getting better. So,
and that's why and as long as people like Bannon and any of those guys think they can make a dime off these folks, they're going to try and hold them in that cult.
Yeah, that's what's sad. Oh, who gave a $20 donation? I missed that. Oh, Michelle. Blessings.
I said thank you.
I missed that.
I'm just talking wildly to our populace out there.
So I tossed on the reading. Sweet Darling asked about. Yeah, they go down to the border, but yet they say, no, we're not giving you money for it.
Yeah, not only that, but a guy who's from Texas, a congressman, says, we're not going to help you at the border because as long as it's all blown up, you look like fools. Well, I can't tell you, even high cold toes, hope it's getting warmer. Even if you're in Texas and on the border, and I've have such pity for people on the border on both sides of that issue. It is just a mess and has been for a long time. But what's even sadder is I have a friend who's my age, so she and her twin sister are 74, and their family has founded a place and were in with the Indians. They were Spanish speaking. Their farm outside of San Antonio is a historic site. They've been here since 5 generations before the Alamo, and she still gets hassled.
No,
It's like people would put a maple leaf on me and blame me for Canada.
Yep. Bannon's coming up soon.
Mm-hmm. Not soon enough. If there's one
crazy.
person I would like to see, and I normally am not throwing people into the fires of hell because I don't believe in them, but if there is a place like that, I could nominate one person, it would be him. I think he is so bad.
So how the people react to the border. So I feel a little bit upset in this. I mean, they actually want things done.
Oh, the people here in this state, we want stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting evil kind of cards or whatever. It just feels like the GOP is just a joke. You know, it's like they're joking about what needs to be done in funding. And we're just going to tell you what we want because we don't want balance. Like 6 of cups, 9 of coins, 4 of wands. It's like in my 6 of cups here in my deck of the Lord of the Rings says the two people relax and joke about all of what's going on. It's like the 9 of coins is trying to find balance, and 4 of wands is pulling the night together, but they're just joking about it. They're just making a mockery of it. And the people actually want serious things done about the border. And I think, and generally, it gives me the feeling that they feel the GOP is a joke.
The problem is that they're Hispanic speaking people, but they're not necessarily from Mexico. They can be from some of the indigenous areas of Mexico, but most of these people are coming out of Central America, and those are the countries we screwed up when Reagan was president and let the cartels and things really take over in there. And those people, it's not a matter of they want to come up here because, oh, it's so much more pleasant to live up here, because it's not. But in their little villages, they're getting burnt out and chased out. And, you know, I saw a woman interview 2 of her older sons have been murdered. And so she ran with the last one she had. Thank you, Carolyn. And I'm close enough to the border that I see and meet people occasionally. I don't meet many people, but when I meet some, I meet them, and it's tragic. Oh, my front doorstep's one of the best places to see that in the world. I'm going to have a party down here. You want to come, Scott?
Sure. I can get I can get a direct flight to Dallas.
Yeah, Andrea said she wanted to come, and Sheila's talking about coming, and some other people. But if we're going to go to a place I know that's going to be a great place to see it, and then we're going to have a big party at my wine bar place.
I'm gonna randomly select 3 cards for the 8th.
About the eclipse. It's a powerful eclipse because it's also right where we will have had a lunar eclipse go over the exact same spot 2 weeks before. You can go to NASA and you can see a map of where it's going to be in the U.S. It's covering a lot of the U.S.
So I get two Gabriel wands, right? Gabriel wands in that deck, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And then a king of coins. So it brings in a wonderful job. Lord's next project. So there's a congratulations going on with the 6 of wands. The Three of Wands is a prosperity type of energy,
Mm-hmm.
taking the next step. And then the King of Ariel is success. So it feels like this energy brings in prosperity,
Mm-hmm.
brings in new opportunities.
Yep. Yeah, I got the Three of Wands, future gardens being planned, supporter of compassionate and intuitive feelings, starting a new stable avenue. This is the Ace of Pentacles. The only thing it's not doing is it's not lying to us. It's not the Five of Swords where someone takes something from us. And it's going to be part of being the supporter of protection and truth. So Queen of Swords, it's a powerful energy that's coming.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We looked at that. You're gonna the government is suing Abbott, right?
Yeah, because he's trying to renegotiate how things happen at the border, and he can't do that because he's just a short little twerp. Well, you know my name for him, and I don't pick on the disabled, but my nickname for him is Governor Wheelie. So
these Republicans.
mm-hmm.
I've seen an interesting thought. I don't know if it was a right-wing tweet or someone putting out a thought, because Mitt Romney came out lately against all this 14.3 stuff. And it was kind of a what kind of statement, especially when he wrote his book about and all the sycophant, but now he's backing that kind of not going down that route. Then someone puts it out there. It's like, after Trump's kicked off and they have no clear winner in the Republican primaries, they'll just nominate Mitt Romney to be presidential candidate.
No, he can't even get the middle of the road Republicans. I mean, they're so pissed. If you knew all that was going on, why didn't you say something?
True. But I just like, oh, that's interesting. Because the RNC doesn't like anyone that's on the ballot, it feels like.
That's okay. We have a reactivated group of people that want to secede from the Union. They want Texas to. We can't afford to leave the United States, folks. You have no idea.
Yeah, everyone needs that governmental money. They cannot do it alone. Well, let's look at the Satan again. His future, running for president. A lot of problems in the governor. He's being sued left and right by people he booted out. Disney's suing him. They won't drop their lawsuit.
And a bunch of cities don't have city officials right now because all their elected officials resigned when they found out they had to report their I was shocked and appalled when I saw questions they won't answer. If you want to run for Dallas City Council, you have to answer those questions. I was like, apparently, naively, not aware that people wanted people to be responsible. But apparently in Florida, you could run for anything and not tell anybody where you got your money at all. And there's like whole city councils that resigned on December 31st. Okay.
Huh. The Satan isn't going anywhere.
Nope.
But I have his battle. He's somehow protected because he's governor or something.
Well, you can't get sued if you're in a position, if you're in an official position and you make a decision that's legal, more or less, within the framework of that job. You can't be sued for it. If you're doing what the laws allow you to do, you're not supposed to be able to be sued. Now, if you do something that's illegal, then you can get sued out of your job. But a lot of the stuff, he got them to pass the laws, the legislature, and so he's away scot-free.
Yeah, because I got my Endurer card, which is basically strength, the conflicts and battle within, and then the Queen of Cups is protection. So he's like protected by his governor, even though it's illegal. But you know, he can be sued for what it's been done for laws or what he's done as governor for against companies or whatnot.
Well,
and I have eventually he's going to have an ending. So I have a death card with a chariot and 5 of coins. So it's like everything he's done, he's going to be held accountable for. So he won't be governor. He won't be president. He's going to go into obscurity of nothingness. He's going to be a fool from everything he's done. And then the Page of Cups is like a new offer of something, but it doesn't feel like it's good because my Hermit card is making a huge mistakes. You know, he's done bad things. He's stuck. He's got to reflect on what he's actually done to make things go again. 6 of Cups is being intoned for everything he's done. Have problems. So he's gonna, after he's got out of the governor, he's not gonna have much opportunity, as I sense.
Well, their Senator Scott lost the largest single lawsuit in Medicare fraud, and he's their senator. You know,
right?
What I got, the most important card I got was in the middle of his reading is Heavy Burdens Way, which is the 10 of Wands. But everything else is he's protected on both sides from his past and in the near future. But he may be protected, but what they're going to go after, and I don't know if you want to read on this, Scott, is his wife and all those funds. She said, don't give to the Red Cross, give to me. And no one's been able to track down where those funds are. Oh.
Yeah, I think that'll all happen after the fact, after they're out.
Are the Bears going against the Packers today?
Yep, 3:00. Last game. Packers win, they're in the playoffs.
Oh.
So I feel like 6 cards. Just randomly pull 6 cards.
For what?
Are the cheeseheads going to be happy with Packer fans? Not think about the game, how it's going to turn out. You know if the cheeseheads are happy. The Packer fans going to be happy. Are the Packer fans going to be happy?
Oh, Scott, by the way, I did put cheese on my cottage pie. It was very good.
Oh, nice. Gotta like cheese. Oh, Karen's feeling the Packers. They've been playing well, but you never know in football. 6 cards for the feeling. Oh, 9 of Pentacles first. That's prosperity. Balance in the situation. It's going to be a battle. Ugh.
Oh, you're going to win. Or you're going to be happy.
I got good cards and bad cards.
I got good. Well, I got the 8 of Swords reversed, which says you're getting unstuck. And then I got the Hermit, which is consideration. And the middle card, the most important one, is Win or Lose Way, which says we're on the right topic. And you have the 9 of Pentacles, so it's going to be a squeaker, but your out card is the Star of Hope, so you have hope. So
yeah, I mean that's what I sense too, like a squeaker, because I have like 9 of Pentacles next to the 3 of Wands and Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, it's a battle going on, seeking help, but 3 of Wands is pretty good. 9 of Pentacles is balance. And then I have the 10 of Pentacles, which is success and whatnot, but it's next to the 3 of Swords. So we might have an injury, you know, that's kind of disappointing. And then the 7 of Wands is the last one. So it's like a battle, but they're standing firm there with that wand. But like I said, the only bad one is the 3 of Swords. Like that could be an injury to a key player or something. But with the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, that's pretty successful. But there might be an injury.
well, they're going out on a field with other giant, huge people and smashing into each other. What did you expect?
but it's like when that happens, it's like a key injury.
Mm-hmm.
Someone you don't want, but a running back has been injured most of the year, and he might get injured again, possibly.
Mm.
He makes the team go. Go Pack, go. Okay. I think I had a banner. Oh, that's right. We didn't look at this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did or didn't?
No, we sort of talked about it. It's a group of women who just got it together, and this is what we need to do more of, is this creating things that if the legislature's not going your way. Now in Texas, we don't allow initiatives. Some states do and some states don't. But Florida, they do. And these women did it right. They way over got the number of signatures they needed. They read all the rules. They needed to be qualified in at least 17 of the congressional districts. And they were in 20 state districts, and they were qualified in 28. They had the majority that they needed for them. So they did it right. They read the rules. And now the last fight is they have to go before the Florida Supreme Court, which I have no idea what they're like. And I know they're not Democratic, but you never know how they are about this stuff. But they have to read the wording and decide if it's clear or if it's deceptive to the voters. And what I read, their wording is not deceptive to the voters. I used to work on initiatives, and trust me, there are people who are, that's their business, is to write the language. So when you read the thing, you don't know, am I voting yes or am I voting no?
I got pretty cards on this initiative for 2024.
It's brilliant. It's going to bring all the right people you want in the November election to the polls too.
I got Queen of Cups,
Mm-hmm.
the motherhood, because it's about women's rights.
Mm-hmm.
The Sun card,
Mm-hmm.
light, clarity, happiness. And then the Hermit is kind of like the destruction of what's happened to women's rights.
Right.
But these two are great. The Hermit's okay, but it's kind of a bad one, but it feels like a destruction
Well,
of
it could
rights.
be they went inside themselves and says, this is what we have to do to survive.
It feels like they're going to right the wrong of what's happened with my last three.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like they evaluate the situation, what's happened to your past,
Mm-hmm.
with the Six of Cups, and there's going to be a lot of talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you have the Sun card, one of the best cards in the deck.
Right.
Everything's coming to light, the clarity, the success, the healing.
It's nice to know there's good, interested, intelligent women in Florida after the Taliban and minivans group that grew out of there.
Yeah, you got to believe there's better people in this world that are going to overcome. It's kind of like Florida's been, captured by the MAGA movement for a while and believed nonsense. Plus, like with Texas, the disenfranchisement of voters.
Oh, yeah.
Same place, let people vote.
And a lot of big money stirring the pot in there to make sure that candidates can't be heard. When money is, that's ultimately the name of the game in politics, is money.
Okay. 2535 apples. Asked a couple times.
Okay.
So, the big news about the court releasing names. So is this just public humiliation of the names, or is it going to lead to more court?
Mm-hmm.
You betcha, Karen. I don't believe Florida's that red. I think they were manipulated, and I think they're seeing the truth. In the sense is, Florida is like a purple state. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Texas.
But it's hard. It's hard when you don't have a party on the ground. And Texas has had a big problem with this too. It's hard to be that party that's in charge of that much of the state and do it in a way that's positive and keeps the information moving. I had friends that worked over in Florida in the last election, and they said the biggest problem was the baseline organization within the state among the Democrats. They were so defeated, but
I got nothing about indictments. All I'm getting is public humility.
mm-hmm.
Loss of 5 of coins, the goodness of their spirit, and
Mm-hmm.
ups. It just feels like with this public humility, they could lose contracts or associations. The woman, Empress energy, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, giving universal support for the ones that were harmed. And then I have Ace of Wands, Queen of Coins, Ace of Cups. This could be maybe some lawsuits for financing, but I don't see indictments. It's more of a public humility thing, getting crushed out there.
Well, what I got is it actually kind of looks like Epstein. The Knight of Cups is the intro, but then it's leached people of their strength. It's going to take some people out of power. And there's a lot of Seven of Swords, like you said, stealing of reputations. But at the out card is the Ten of Swords. So it's going to lead to the end for a lot of people, but that's the way the numbers work out. It's a no for indictments. But the other thing I would caution people, be careful when you hear rumors someone was on the list, and I hope people do what Jimmy Kimmel's doing. Jimmy Kimmel's suing the guy who said his name was on the list when it wasn't.
Yeah, that was what do you call it? Faked. It's like they took the sheet.
Yeah, they faked the whole
Took
thing.
the name out, but put Jimmy Kimmel's name in it. It was manipulated.
Mm-hmm. Because that's really ugly stuff that came out of there. So
Yeah, Rogers is a moron. He promoted it when it was fake
mm-hmm.
on the ESPN show, and now they're getting backlash. Guy's a moron. I think ayahuasca did no good to his brain.
Who are you talking about?
Aaron Rodgers, the ex-Packer quarterback. He did.
Oh, we're into that. We're into that world I know nothing about. It's like people say, "Don't tell me Ace of Cups. It means nothing to me."
Wait, God, he was dating that woman race car driver that retired. Her name escapes me right now. But they went down to like Mexico or something, and they
know that weird stuff. Yeah, that
did
also
the ayahuasca treatment, and he's been a fruitcake ever since. And now he goes up, says, he promoted no vaccines, and he'll even
he goes out. He promotes no vaccines, but he goes to Mexico and he puts stuff in his face that swishes his mind.
Right.
I mean, that ought to give you a big idea about no vaccines. In North Texas, the number of people hospitalized with serious COVID has doubled in 2 weeks. Makes you want to run outside, doesn't it?
I got a couple friends. My cousin too is like, he's anti-vaxxer. He sent me these clips of scientists saying, "Oh, Pfizer's the one that started this vaccine push, and they were probably part of creating this virus just to make all this crap," right? And I try to explain to him, scientists created these vaccines, insulin, everything. And I'm like, do you take Excedrin, ibuprofen, vitamins? These are all created by scientists. You think they're all in a conspiracy to put this in your body? And like, stop the nonsense. It won't get in his head. He just thinks these mRNA vaccines are the devil, and they're changing your body. It's like,
well, I hope the man doesn't get cancer, because that's the way they treat cancer now.
Yeah.
It's all mRNA.
And his wife and his wife had breast cancer and had to go through the whole mess. And he doesn't believe in science. And she survived.
Maybe he doesn't like his wife.
Well, they've been married for 25, 28 years, whatever. And it's so weird because his wife puts out all this goodness on Facebook, you know, and love and God, and he puts all this nonsense on his page. It's weird.
My husband was a scientist. I wouldn't get away with any of that.
Oh my God.
Nuts.
We're at 120. Gotta find one more question.
There was somebody asked if Hope Hicks was out talking somewhere to people.
Well, you know, it's like the quiet ones are the ones that are talking, protecting themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still amazing that Christina Bobb still talks, and she's in big league trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's not often, but she'll go to the. It's like, why does she think she's safe to continue this conspiracy? And it's nuts, but. Hi, Diane. Hope Hicks. Ugh. She talked. She's worried about her future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a lot of Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, the flipping cards, the talking cards, whistleblower.
Mm-hmm.
I got her Empress energy, family abundance. She wants nothing to do with what happened on J6. She gave out whatever information she needs to give out. She wants to be spiritually illuminated and put this in the past. I think she did the right thing. She wants nothing to do with this energy. She wants a good future.
She did everything she ever did was for money. And she's the Queen of Pentacles. She didn't lie. This says that would be the liar card if it was right side up. She's creating a whole new world to live in, where she's just considered the little princess. They don't see her for the money grubber that she was, but yeah, she's cooperating.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to come out on a better end of a lot of people. Yeah, she was just the pretty girl around 45 to calm them down and make things.
Can you imagine? Remember how they used to say she'd steam his pants while he was still in them on the airplane? She'd be down on the floor of the airplane steaming his pants. And now we know what he smelled like. Can you imagine that job? There is not enough money, people. I'm sorry.
All right. It's all about the money. That's right. Yeah. We got E. Jean Carroll case coming up next week.
Yes.
He's going to lose another bunch of money. I don't think it. Oh, gosh. Well, every time he rants about her, it could go up. Because originally I was getting, okay, she got 5 million last time. She'll probably get 10 more million. But every time he rants, it can be part of the trial. And that's another slap on the wrist for him. It just makes the go up. I don't think 100 million. She might get 50 million more.
I don't know. I mean, I've lost some. It's like
New York AG put it out to Engeron that she's seeking more than 250 million now.
370 million.
370 she's asking now.
Because she's counting the money he made by having lower interest rates than he should have had on the money.
They may be higher than that. Like
Someone just put up the
500, like 500 million and out of New York.
Did somebody just put up the name Danica Patrick? Is that the race car driver? Okay.
Yeah, they separated a long time ago. They dated for quite a while, and she got out of that, thank God. She has her own podcast, YouTube now. Sometimes I listen to her because she has some interesting people on. She's all about spirituality and the universe and life force.
Good. We'll let her in. That's fine.
Yeah, she's probably through. But yeah, she dodged the bullet by getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
she
there you go.
Knows it better than we do.
Ruby and Shay got awarded 148.
But that's from Giuliani.
Yeah. Would it be possible for Trump to lose all his money in businesses? Yes. They're going to be out of New York. I believe that. They're going to be fined a huge bunch of money. They're going to lose everything. And once 45 is gone, I think they're going to rebrand and be a smaller business.
Would you go near them as a business? Would you?
No.
Could you justify as a bank giving a dime to them?
I wouldn't. Nope.
But Jared's got his $2 billion that he got from the Saudis, so he can lend lots of money in the family.
Oh, I think that's going to go away too. I never faltered. I seen Jared getting indicted too. Whatever it is, for some reason I sensed he was going to get. I've always felt it. It's like he gets the worst of it. Like he may have been involved with some kind of treason or, quid pros or whatever. They've always told me he gets 14 years in prison. That's bad. It's like he did something bad. We just don't know about it yet.
So.
Yep, Letitia's got that coming out. So yeah, the next few weeks are going to be busy again. All right, let's pull a collective.
So we all get our law degree, whether we like it or not.
That's the good part about it. We understand the law here.
Well, hopefully people understand the election law, because the only way to prevent this from ever happening again is to know who the hell you're voting for and to know that you have to vote. There's no such thing as I don't want to make a decision because it might be the wrong one. If you don't make a decision, you've definitely made the wrong one. Vote, vote, vote.
All right, fairy deck. What's fairy deck have to say tonight?
You're going back to Radley's. I'm using Radley too. I'm using angels and auras.
Okay. Okay, I got indecisions. Two of winter, the two of swords. Indecisions is what's holds you back in life. You want to manage your resources wisely and make it feels like it's saying don't make quick rash decisions in your life, because you may lose your abundance and your balance. Evaluate how you want to go into a situation for the best outcome. And then awakenings, which I think is a hangman, I think.
That's hangman.
Hangman. That's the last card. And it's like you want to change the way you're looking at situations. Embrace things in a higher spiritual outlook. Always make sure you have that temporary pause before you make decisions. It's like if you're buying a new car, you want to evaluate, is this good for my finances? Is it going to improve my situation or, make me struggle? So it's just like, don't go into things harshly. And, it could be information on the internet. same thing. You know, if you're wondering about thing and don't just, oh my God, you know, this came out. This is going to change the whole world. Well, it doesn't really work that way. You got to evaluate what's going on and make rational decisions. I got a frog going on. That's it.
Okay. I've got, this is the Angels and Auras, and the card is the Be the Real You, and it's an oracle card. But with these oracle cards, you can pull them upside down and it has a meaning, the shadow meaning for everyone. Everyone is unique. Everyone has an important part to play in the dance of life. It has been our experience that the more we are true to our authentic selves, the more life blesses us in all ways. When this card is inverted, which is where it is, your guardian angels and Angel Jophiel are standing by you, encouraging you to love who you truly are. They're reminding you that you are never alone. They're always with you, waiting for you to bloom like the rose in summertime. Consider doing some mirror work by saying to your own reflection how amazing and brilliant you really are. And the colors that will help you activate this are pink and green. Pink energy is embracing you with self-love and confidence. The color green gently boosts your self-expressions and allows you to speak the truth. And it's kind of an interesting card for me to pull. Tomorrow I have a show at 2:30 Central Time with Terry from Holding Your Space.
Nice.
And both she and I were talking, and we both have gotten the message that a big part of the first half of 2024 is becoming your authentic self. And it's a time for light workers to work on giving them the space to be who they really are, and to give people a chance to blossom and grow as they want to.
Danica Patrick brought back the big lens sunglasses.
Good. Yes. And so, I mean, that's going to be kind of, from what I've seen in my working with the next 6 months, that's a real theme. And it's becoming who you are, looking at things and making sure you understand to the best of your ability what you can do. And it's election season, guys. We only have, by the 5th of March, most of the delegates will have been chosen for the things that the big conventions in the summer. So go spend some time, go to Ballotpedia, go wherever you can, go wherever you trust the information coming from. League of Women Voters, if you belong to an area that has unions or groups that work with working class people, find out who the candidates are that are going to work for us, because one of the reasons we keep getting the same crappy politicians is because we don't investigate a good politicians in those primaries around you. Go find out who's the one that speaks to you. It's like finding the right tarot card. Find the one that speaks to you and then go support them.
Yeah, there was, oh, what the heck, there was something else. I was talking with my Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Not you are my Nancy on Sundays too, but my Nancy.
No, the one he lives with. I don't.
I live with. We were just talking about, because I was curious if Iowa or New Hampshire has ever predicted the president, and it's rare. Not many times have that been the nominee and won the presidency of who either of those states have predicted for the president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were split in 2008. Obama got Iowa, which was real retail politics, and
no, Hillary got Iowa and New Hampshire.
She got New Hampshire. I was in Iowa.
Oh, were you?
Obama got Iowa. I was in the ballroom when they announced it. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's not what the internet told me, but okay.
Well, no, and the women, and I wondered what was going on, because I was with my youngest. We'd been up there working for Obama. We got off the elevator, and these women were crying in the corner. And I thought, oh my God, someone's been shot. Being from my generation, if people are standing around crying, somebody's dead. But anyway, we get in the ballroom, and we hear whispers all over the place that he'd won. We already knew the caucus we were at, the precinct we were at. Watching a live caucus was fascinating. But we were in there and we watched it, and we'd already gotten the word that Obama had won, even though he won our caucus. And it wasn't a huge amount, but he won. Okay. And he did I remember staying up to watch, standing in the ballroom watching his speech. And my youngest had said to me, "Why are we going to Iowa in the middle of winter? I mean, not what we do." And I said, "Because I've had chances. I had a chance to go to Woodstock and I didn't go." And I said, "I've had chances to stand on the edge of history before, and I wanted to go be there when it happened." And I was in that ballroom in Iowa when he won, in a state that has less than 5% African Americans. So then they went up to New Hampshire, and Hillary won up there. And it's one of the few times she made a really authentic speech right before the primary, and she won. And it was a true primary, voting primary. And then that started the slog through all of it, because that primary came all the way to Texas. We had a primary. Somebody asked where I was. I was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I don't remember what the precinct was, but it was fascinating to watch that process and to be around all these. We were competing with John Edwards and okay.
So Obama got 16 delegates, Hillary got 15, and Edwards got 14 in Iowa.
Right.
So
it was close, but he won. The important thing was it proved, and of all the states, you would have thought he would have the most difficulty winning.
Right.
Because of the racial issue, he won. And we lived in a private home, and it was wonderful. And they were, Marlene and her husband, we still correspond with them. And it was fascinating. I went to a New Year's party where we had representatives at that New Year's party of every single candidate that was running. And we're all standing in the room being civil and not snarking at each other. So, it showed how politics really can be. And then Texas politics broke out in other states, because I worked with other states after that. And Republicans decided to really take up.
Thanks for popping in, Deb.
Yep. And thanks to everybody else who popped in and got to listen to me. Edwards would have been a good president, except I know someone who was a lawyer who was his right-hand person, and the problems he had that eventually drove him from public life were not small. I think he had some good thoughts. He had some decent people around him, but I think people around Obama didn't trust Obama enough.
Happy New Year, Kelly.
Yep. Happy New Year to everybody. And we're all in as of the 23rd. Now, remember, that's the day my tarot class starts. So if you want 6 weeks of learning about tarot, I'm still doing my 12-month readings. I'm going to do my pitch. Still doing my 12-month readings. I was out for between Christmas and New Year's because I took a tumble and hurt my knees, which are artificial. And you hit titanium on the floor, you've fallen. And so I was kind of knocked out for a while. So I'm back. And I'm doing my thing. And so.
Isn't that the way women vote? Vote for the cute guy?
If that was true, Trump would be swimming in the middle of the Atlantic without a boat.
Good point.
And besides, Obama has big ears, but he's a real cutie. But anyway, and I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow at 2:30 with Terry. We're going to be discussing the development of self. And then I'm going to be doing a show with Adam Free, the astrologer, and Jeffrey and I are going to be on at 1 on Tuesdays, like I usually am. I have a few readings I've stuffed in this week. And I'm just really exciting to go on and not talk about politics.
Yay.
Yay!
All right. Join Nancy Jean.
Mm-hmm. And you're just out delivering meat and avoiding the snow, right?
It's slowed down finally a little bit.
Oh,
so I had a
good.
little break, but yeah, I'm going to take another week off. Maybe pop in for a weekday the week after.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm doing a double next Sunday. I think it's next Sunday or the week after.
Well, he'll let you know.
Yeah. Back on with the Crone's Own Ancient Ladies.
Yes, I've got something going with them really soon too. So
Okay.
I don't know which day, but I know it won't be with you because it's real crowded on that screen, you know.
Yeah. Love and light, everyone. Have a great Sunday.
Yeah, have a good Sunday. May your team